Right, Shalom. With the I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the manager of YAHANNA. And I'm Officer Karaka from the UK. And today we're going to go into the history class, get some history on who Edom is. You know what I mean? And we're going to prove to you that Edom is not the Ishmael. Well, it's not the Arabs, Salakia. There are a lot of people trying to say that, 1 West is wrong. And let me tell you something, 1 West is never wrong. If it wasn't for 1 West, you wouldn't even have these people talking nonsense. That's right. You know what I mean? Esau, Edom, Idumea, whatever you want to call them, they are not the Arabs, man. They are the so-called white man, lucky or the oppressor. That's who he is, man. According to the King James 16 Bible, according to prophecy, according to archaeology. Listen, this is a history class, man. I'm bringing it all out, man. So I'm gonna let the oppressor tell you in his own books that Esau is the oppressor, man. In numerous books, man. I'm gonna let the Bible speak for itself. I'm gonna let God tell you, and you know I'm in the whole nine. So we'll get into that. So make sure you watch class every Monday, 7 to 9, by myself, history class at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. Also, make sure you watch class online, I.S.U.P.K United Kingdom on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, and that will be on I.S.U.P.K underscore United Kingdom. So every Tuesday, the Brotherhood class by Officer Tazaka 1 from the North Life from Manny 0161. Make sure you watch that, like, share, subscribe, the whole nine. But he'll teach you how black people are supposed to behave around black people. I know it sounds stupid, like what? How are you gonna teach a lesson how to be a brother, man? Listen, our people don't know how to be brothers, man. That's why there's such thing called postcode wars, man. That's why there's such thing called single parent homes. That's why there's such thing as AIDS and killings and you know leaving children because we don't know. It seems simple. It seems like that's simple. Anyone knows how to love their brother. That we don't know it, man. And the UPK, we teach our brothers how to love each other, man. In the world, we think loving a brother is, it's easy. I mean, we love a man because they come from the same neighborhood as us. We come from the same area, same postcode as us. Nah, man. UPK, we teach real love, man. So make sure you watch that. Listen, make sure you watch that every Tuesday, 7 to 9. You know about a real brotherhood, man. You know what I mean? Just by being black, just by being born in this flesh, man. There's rules that you got. There's ways that how you got to treat a black man. And why do you have? Why must you treat a black man in a certain way? Because you're born like this, man. It's the rules of being black. It's one of the rules of being black, man. Like an East Indian man will see another East Indian man come from India, and he feels obliged to treat him a certain way, make him feel welcome, employ him in his off license, his new age, chip shop, whatever, man. And we should have that same obligation too. Love is a duty, man. Love is a duty. Love is not an emotion. You know how parents love their kids? Kids be crying all night, man. Parents can't sleep, but that parents still making the bottle. Though. That's right. Parents still awake. You know why? He got a duty that he must keep, and that's brotherhood. It's a duty that you gotta keep, man. A brother might piss you off, man. Excuse my French. A brother might get on your nerves, man. But guess what? Despite him getting on your nerves, you still can't rob him, man. Your brother don't really get. His brother's loud. You're quiet, man. Still can't have sex with his wife, man. That's a duty. Your wife might look good, man. She might look good and everything, but guess what? It's not yours. And likewise, you gotta be good to him and keep your duty, man. So lock you. You know what I mean? And every Wednesday, 394 Lodge Road, 7 to 9, B18 5PW at the law class by Officer Bar. Make sure you come to that class as well, man. Heavy. Brothers speak about the laws as blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. We went into slavery for breaking God's laws, man. Them same laws Bar teaches on Wednesday. How to keep them, how to keep them to perfection, how to fight your demons, and how to put aside what you want and do what God wants. That's what Bar teaches, man. Every Wednesday, 7 to 9. Make sure you log into that. And every Thursday, mandatory class. Everyone in the UPK is to come down. 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. Thursday night scripture breakdown. Scripture breakdown class. Like I'm Chinese or something. Scripture breakdown class by Captain Parasha, man. You know what I mean? Everyone comes down, and you should come down too. Even if you're not in the UPK, man, come down, man. Even if you're not from Birmingham, come down, man. You know what I mean? England's only so big, man. If you're from London, take a coach. I think the last coach is about 10. Class finish at 9. Come down, man. Grab some of this food, man. Get this brotherhood. Make sure you come down. Ty, I want to see you there. I want to see you Thursday, man. Once you come down, man, so you get a lift to the train station, man. Or even take the next train, man. Take the next train the next day. We'll figure something out, man. We'll drop you off the next day. We'll figure something out, man. You know what I mean? Come true. You know what I mean? Great class. Get your questions answered. Everyone come through from all different cities and towns or whatever the case may be, man. You know, towns. People from a town in the Hurleys, man. So luck, yeah. And Friday class, make sure you come into On the End, man. Tune into On the End to luck, yeah. It's not a classroom, but you can tune in. That'll be what, 9 to 11 every Friday. Make sure you come in. If you got any topics, any videos you want to bring out, just email the I.S.U.P.K UK at gmail.com. I.S.U.P.K UK, no underscores, no dashes. I.S.U.P.K UK at gmail.com. You know, email your stories today. We'll bring it out. Anything trending, anything, you know, and also calling too, man. You know what I mean? The more callers we get, the better the show is. So today, we're going to go into who Esau is, man. The new doctrine saying that the UPK is wrong and Esau is the Arabs, man. I'm going to show you according to the Bible who Esau is. That's what. Okay, so we start off with Genesis 25 and about 20.
All right, the book of Genesis 25 and 20. And Isaac was 40 years old.
This is Isaac, man. You know what I mean? One of our forefathers were Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know, Abraham had a son called Isaac, and this is where we're at right now, man. You know, Isaac was how old?
40 years old.
Isaac was 40 years old, man. What do you call it? Midlife.
Mm-hmm.
Midlife, man. You know, he wasn't a teenager. Wasn't young. He's getting to that age where, you know, you're becoming a man now. No, you're 40 is what you've been a man. You've been a man now, man. You know what I mean? Anything after that now, you know, is adulthood.
That's
Keep
right.
it in.
When he took Rebecca to wife.
So Isaac was 40 years old when he got Rebecca as his wife, man. Grown back then, wise. He wasn't no young kid. Popular, was a grown man, grown, wise. And that's when he got his wife when he was 40 years old, man. Keep it in.
The daughter of Bethuel.
And she was the daughter of Bethuel, one of his family members. She was a distant cousin. You know what I mean? We had a custom where we would marry our distant cousin, man. And guess what? We keep that custom today. If you're a black man from Benjamin, listen, you're a black man from Benjamin, and you get a black woman from Benjamin, she's your distant cousin. If you're a black man from the tribe of Benjamin and you marry a woman from the tribe of Issachar, she's a distant cousin, man. A cousin, what do cousins share? The same granddad, man. Cousins share the same granddad. And guess what? As black people, we all share the same granddad whose name is Abraham, man. Keep it in.
The Syrian of Padan Aram.
And they call him the Syrian because why he lived in Syria, man, at that time. Keep it in.
The sister to Laban, the Syrian.
Yeah, Laban was
Jacob's.
so Laban was his dad. No, Laban was his mom's brother, man. And his daughter would make me cousin. At that time, our family weren't so big. You know what I mean? So now we still marry our cousins, but our family is so big that she's your distant cousin. At that time, we had no distant cousins. Your distant cousin was your next. What do you call it? First cousin.
First cousin. Yeah.
First cousin, man. Keep it in.
And
also, in the Bible, there's no law against marrying your cousin. I thought I put that out there as well. Now, I'm not saying go to your family reunion with your phone out, trying to marry your cousin, man, that you'd have grown up with. You know, I wouldn't advise that, man. But it's not a law in the Bible to marry your cousin. Just saying that. Keep it in.
And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren.
So Isaac entreated the Lord. Entreat means what? To ask questions, to plead, to ask. Isaac went to the Lord, prayed to the Lord, went to a prophet to the Lord. Why? Because he wanted a baby. His wife was barren, meaning she couldn't have children. Meaning he had sex with this woman time and time again. He would have sex when she's ovulating, and no luck, man. No children will come forth. So what do? You go to the Lord, man. There's one power that can do the impossible, man. And that's the Lord. If you're a black man and think, you can't do something right, what do? You go to the Lord? And how do you go to the Lord? By asking the men in the UPK, man. Or praying. That's how you go to the Lord, man. But something that you can't do, something that's out of your hands, out of your reach. Who do you go and check, man? You go and check the Lord. That's what Isaac did. Isaac did his part. Had sex with his wife. You know what I mean? It don't work. So what do you do? Have sex when she's ovulating. If that don't work. So what do? You ask somebody like, yo, listen, but what is it? Pineapples work. When all fails, what do? Go to the Most High, man. Right. Clearly, this is out of your hands. And that's what Isaac did. He went to the Lord. Why? Because his wife was barren. Keep it in.
And the Lord was entreated of him.
And the Lord heard him. The Lord said, okay, I know what you're saying. Let me tell you something, black man. Everything goes, nothing you can do of yourself. Everything happened by the Lord. You can pray to the Lord, and the Lord said, nah, I don't want it to happen. And the Lord will say, you know what, it's not gonna happen. And so the Lord wants it to happen, and okay, it will happen. But nothing happens because you want it to, because the Lord says, okay, I'll let that work. Keep it in.
And Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
And Rebecca, his wife, conceived. You know, when Christians talk about how sex is disgusting and listen, sex is normal, man. That's how all of us come here. And to conceive seed is when you have sex, man. So meaning what? One day he had sex with his wife, she conceived, she got pregnant. Keep it in.
And the children struggled together within her.
So one day his wife Rebecca, the same wife he got when he was 40, the same wife that he got from his Laban, his uncle, she conceived. The Lord heard his prayer, she conceived. And she had children, she had twins in her womb, and the kids were fighting, man, struggled with inside her. You know, ask any woman that's been pregnant before, they'll tell you how Braxton Hicks, how it hurts, how the baby's kicking, how the baby's on their liver, no, their bladder, on their bladder, and they want to go pee a lot. And the time is uncomfortable, the time is painful. Imagine two twins that are fighting in your womb, man. You know, you thought that was painful. Imagine how she was feeling, man. Two twins are struggling and struggling. You think, oh man, I can't get no rest, man. I can't sit down, man. That's how this sister was thinking back then. Keep it in.
And she said, if it be so, why am I
And
thus?
she said, if it be so, meaning it just be so, like if this be of the Lord, why am I like this? My husband went to the Most High to get me pregnant. The Lord said, okay, I'll make you pregnant. So clearly the Lord wants me to be pregnant. So why am I like this? You know what I mean? Like, usually when you're in pain, it's the Lord. Like, you get AIDS, why? Because the Lord didn't want you to have sex with them hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get cancer because the Lord didn't want you smoking them cigarettes, man. But she say, Lord, you want me to get pregnant? So why am I in pain? This is something that you wanted. Like, she's confused. Like, if this was so, then why am I thus? Why am I like this? So like, we done.
And she went to inquire of the Lord.
And she went to inquire of the Lord. She went to give it inquiry. Today, you can phone August and they'll say, for inquiries, press 1. For sales, press 2. Inquiries when you got questions, man. To ask the Lord, like, yo, what's wrong here, man? And how do you inquire of the Lord, man? You go see a prophet. That's what it means, man. You don't mean, you don't mean you pick up the phone and call God. You don't mean, you and God, you got a personal hotline to the Most High. You dial 1, you get him. You don't mean that, man. You go to a prophet. And she did just that. And she went to the prophet and said, listen, what is wrong with me, man? Listen, God wants me to be pregnant, but what's wrong? And that's so deep. Showing you how spiritual black people were back then, man. Today, sometimes I gotta wonder and say, hold up. I gotta wonder and say, how much more black people need to die before black people say, yo, what's something right here, man? Back then, even in the time of Daniel, the story in the Bible, man, where Daniel, a sister was lied on in court, and men said that she tried to command to them or make an advance to them, and Daniel said, this ain't so. And you read that chapter, everyone was like, listen, what is the Lord saying here? What is the Lord trying to tell us? Speak, young man. Speak, young man. What is the Lord trying to tell us? Back to our people, spiritually, we knew something like, hold on, something ain't right. God's telling us something here. And this sister knew that God was telling us something here. But in 2022, we're so blinded by Christianity, we don't see God calling us, man. Sometimes I wonder, if black people are dying by the millions, and how much more would it be 2 million until black people go, whoa, something right here? How much more black people got to die of black on black crime? How much people need to get stabbed? How much more police got to stop and fist black people before we say, rah, something ain't right, you know? How much more babies got to be aborted before we say, yo, something ain't right? I think God's telling us something. And that's the difference from back then till today. Thanks to Christianity, our people are blinded, man. We are blinded. A couple weeks back in Brum, man, we were street speaking. My sister talking about, oh, we're wicked and we got pain in our heart and we must love all nations. And he hit me. I said, hold on. How much black people got to die for her to see this, man? No, really, I don't want. How much more Windrush members got to be deported? How much more Windrush people got? Imagine this: the Ukrainians are in war, and that was enough for people to go. That's a shame. It's a shame what Russia doing to them people. Meanwhile, we get deported. A Windrush member was caught with cat food in his cupboard, man. Malnourished. He was weighing like 60 kg, man, as a grown man, and that ain't enough. When is it gonna be enough for our people to go, whoa, something ain't right, man? God is trying to tell me something. God is trying to tell me so all over the globe, whether it's America, UK, black people are suffering, man. Just the other day, we're gonna bring it out on the end, man. Just yesterday, Sakia, a white group that no one's ever heard of, man, called Soldier, SOJA, won the best reggae award, the best reggae artist, man. What more do we have to go through, man? All them black people that put in pain and suffering, man, and risk their rent money just so they can pay for studio time. I was banging on drums, walking the streets of Jamaica barefooted, man. And this group from America, not from Jamaica, all white men, by the way, got the best reggae award, man. And black people, we cried for a time. Oh man, this ain't right, man. Get over it. When are we gonna say something right here? God's trying to tell me something. Nah, something ain't right, man. We need to get back at like how it was back in the day, man. Still like it.
And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
And the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in your womb. Now, usually when you have twins, they're both the same nation. You know what I mean? One man will put his sperm in a woman, and both them kids are of that man. Whether one is dark, one is light, one is tall, one is short, whether they're identical or whatever, fraternal, look alike, don't look alike, they're both his. But in this situation, God said 2 nations, man, meaning 2 nationalities, man, 2 races of people are in your womb, man. That's what the Lord said to Rebecca. Keep it in.
And 2 manner of people.
And 2 manner of people, meaning not only are the 2 nations in your room, the 2 manner of people, the 2 different types of people, man. And you're gonna find out that it's the 2 races of people in their belly was us, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, and the oppressor, man, the Caucasian man, whether he be Greek Caucasian, whether he be some more Dutch Caucasian, French Caucasian, Russian Caucasian, Ukrainian Caucasian, which is just Russian, by the way. That's what they do. What language do Ukrainians speak? Russian. You know why? Because they're Russians, man. What oppressors like to do is break off. They have an argument with a fellow country and they break off and start their own thing. I said, we're Ukrainian now, but they're both the same people, man. They're both exactly the same people, but under different names. And lots of 2 manner of people in the room, 2 different manners of people. And guess what? We are a different manner of people than they are. And they are a different manner of people than we are. If you watch the Olympics, what sports do black people take part in, man? Running, long jump. And what sports do white people take part in? Skiing, swimming. There's 2 different nations of people, man. You know what I mean? Black people like one type of music, and white people like the next. What intrigues us don't intrigue them. There's 2 different races of people, man. Keep it in.
Shall be separated.
Shall be what?
Separated.
And the Lord said there's 2 nations of people. And when they are born, they are going to be separated, man. Everyone wonders why black people and white people can't hold hands. That same sister, man. That same sister that was crying about why we don't love everybody. This is why, man. Read that again.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated.
And 2 nations of people shall be separated, man. We're separate, man. We're separate race of people. And the sister goes, oh no, I love everybody. Listen, when a black man says love everybody, what they mean is they love white people. That's right. They don't want to say that because they know how coolish it sounds. When man goes, I love everybody, really he means love white people. That's what he means, man. I've seen black people, this Chinese people. I've seen black people, this Asian people. When you say something about oppressors now, you can't say that, man. It's racist. Like, oh, are you the same man that this Asians the other day? You're the same man saying, I can't stand Asians, man. Stink, man. And in their shops, and I would never eat from a chip. You're mad, crazy. So you don't love all people, man. You love oppressors, man. That's what people only ever love. Keep it in.
From thy bowels.
And from thy bowels, from your belly, man. 2 nations of people are going to be separated from your belly, man. Keep it in.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
And the Lord said, one people shall be stronger than the other people. That's blacks, man. Black people, we're stronger than the other people. We're stronger than the Edomites, man. We're stronger than the same man that we shared the room with years ago, man. We are stronger than they are, man. Oppressors are the type of people to lose their job and hang themselves, man. Us, but we do jobs all the time. We just bounce back, man. We came to England when everybody hated black people. Sorry, still hate black people, man. But it was worse back then when you could get beat up, man. You were outright get racially abused, man. And did we hang ourselves? No, man. The oppressor kids get bullied, and they got a bully chat line. They got a bully hotline for bullies, man. You know what I mean? Chris Rock was bullied his whole life. Is Chris Rock hanging himself? No, man. But we're stronger than the rest of them. We lose jobs daily. Why? Just because we're black. Just because we're black. For nothing else, just because we're black. And you know what we do? We dust it off, man. We get stopped by the police, man. And don't even tell nobody. Don't even tell no one. Oh, what they're in life, man. They could do what we do, man. They get pulled over by the police. They start huffing and puffing and cussing the policeman out, man. What the hell you call this, man? I want to report this and blah, blah, blah. We're stronger than them. Mentally, physically, any way you want to bring it, we're stronger than them. We are stronger than them physically. Why do you think in slavery they would cut off? They would try to do experiments on black people, man. They'll try when a slave died. They'll open our brains. Like, what makes the slave so strong, man? You know what I'm saying? They couldn't believe it. So that black woman when giving birth had about higher pain thresholds. I mean, they could go through things that white women couldn't go through, man. We're stronger than them in any way, man. That's why every great boxer was a black man. That's why no one got a better record than Mike Tyson, man. No one's breaking records like Usain Bolt, man. No one's dominating tennis like Serena Williams, man. No one's dominating football like Rashford and Sterling, man. These men are the greatest. Let me tell you something. Mike Tyson, one of the greatest of all time, man. Knocking man out in the first round. And before Mike Tyson was the greatest, who was the greatest? What man was the greatest? What color was he? What ethnicity was he? Before Usain Bolt won the record, who had the record, man? A black man did. And before he had the record, who had the record before him? Another black man did. No oppressors ever had these records, man. Before Usain Bolt had a record, guess who had a record? A black man from in the Benjamin actually, but it's from America, called Michael Johnson, man. He used to wear gold shoes. They call him the gold slipper. Yeah. Call him the gold slipper, man. Why? Because we're stronger than them, man. You know what I mean? We're stronger mentally, physically, however you want to put it, man. Keep it in.
And what's funny is even in the racing, Lewis Hamilton is killing them to where they had to make him lose on his last one. You know what I mean? They were trying to blame him when it's the what's his name? The man with the flag. It's his fault. But you know what I mean? He lost that final race. And really, I don't think that's accident. They didn't want a black man winning again, so they just found a way to.
How can I forget about Lewis Hamilton, man? Lewis Hamilton, listen, even when it comes to golf, man, the best golf, a sport that black people don't even do, like golf. Tiger Woods dominates golf, man. Look at what's it called? Lewis Hamilton in that car, man. Them devils used to love Michael Schumacher. What's his name? The German.
Michael German.
And then Lewis Hamilton came on the scene, started killing them, man. The best of all time. Let me tell you something. Black, like Pakistanis, yeah. Slovakia. I don't want to go there, but listen, man. They're just not good at sports, man. Slovakia. I'm saying before this, you know something. In the whole history of boxing, there've been 2 Pakistani boxers, man. Amir Khan and Prince Nazim. That's terrible. In the whole history of boxing, like guess how much black boxers there are, man. I can't even count. I'm not gonna even try because there's so much. If it ain't Lennox Lewis, it's Mike Tyson. If it ain't Mike Tyson, it's Evander Holyfield. If it ain't Evander Holyfield, it's give me some more. This goes on. Riddick Poe, Aaron Pryor. The list goes on, and I can't stop, man. You mean tell me in the whole history of boxing there's 1 Pakistani boxer? You know why? Because they like us, man. We're too dangerous at this. We're too great at this. We're that stronger nation. Keep it in.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
And the Lord said the elder one, the one that comes out first, will serve the one that comes out second, man. The elder will be a servant to the younger one, man. Keep it in.
24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled.
And her days to be delivered, talking about your delivery date, man. Fulfilled means come to pass or happen. You know what I mean? So her delivery date came one day and she was in labor and she pushed out these twins, man. And this is what happened when she pushed out these twins. Read.
Behold, there were twins in her womb.
And there were twins in her womb, just like what the Lord said would happen. There were 2 babies in her womb. You keep the heat a bit. No, sir. Yeah, keep the low heat. In fact, didn't want it. 2 seconds. Oh man, sister goes Prince Nazim from Yemen. So that's one. See, it's true. That's better. Yeah. They ain't skilled like us, man. We dominate it, man. Dominate all sports, rap, everything. Black people are so talented. You know what? Let me not get into there because people are gonna think I'm boasting. So like, man. So much proud of my nation, man. There's so much talent, man. All we gotta do is start loving each other, man. Get on the side of the Most High. Guess what? We'll be great in all ways, man. In every single way. Keep it in.
In a womb, and the first came out red.
And the first came out what?
Came out red.
And the first child came out red, man. This is the birth of the Caucasian race, man. Right here. The first came out red. This man, the oppressor calls himself white. He's not white, man. This is white. This is white right here, man. He is not white. He is red, man. His blood his blood shows what? Shows through his skin, man. He is not white. He calls himself white. Why? Because white means pure and nice and holy. He is red. If you see a Caucasian baby come out of his mom crying, what color is he? He's red, man. Remember the baby just been born? And what do babies do when they come out the womb? They're crying. And what color do white babies come out when they're crying? They are red, man. They're different shades of red. Pink, that's their color. The main color of Edomites is pink. And guess what? Pink is a shade of red. And the first one came out red. We done?
All over, like an hairy garment.
And it was hairy too. It was red and hairy, man. Remember, this is history. This is when the oppressor first came on the earth, man. And what did it say about white people when they first came on the earth, man? What did people say about white people in history? Did anyone know? Remember, this is the birth of the white man. And what did it say about white man in times past? Does anyone know? So if you could put a picture of the caveman, please. Remember, we're going back in time, man. You know what I mean? Remember how white people used to look? And what did we call them back then? Hairy all over, man. Who was hairy all over back then? In history, in science. They call him the Neanderthal, man. They call him the caveman. They call him Bigfoot. When they say how, back in the day, there was cavemen, they're right, man. But this ain't our history. This is their history. They were the caveman.
I got a perfect one. Charles Branson's laptop. It's hairy for me.
And this is them, man. Slovakia, the Neanderthal, man, the caveman, full of hair, man. You know what I mean? And being hairy, when it's the hairy all over, Esau was a hairy man. We're gonna get there. Being hairy don't mean you have a bit of chest hair. Being hairy don't mean you have hair on your arm. I talk about hair, man. Like a Neanderthal, man. You've ever seen them Lord of the Rings? They got hair on their arms, hair on their feet. Remember, Esau's dad was blind, and even though he was blind, he felt his son and said, "Yep, that's Esau." That's how much hair he had, man. The type of hair you could grab. Remember, Jacob, to imitate his brother, put on a fur coat, man. That's how hairy he was. All men have hair. All men have, chest hair and, whatever the case would be. Why could be men? It's scientific for men to have hair. Natural. You look at that. Yeah. So this is Charles Bronson, a man from prison.
From Milton Keynes.
From Milton Keynes. One of the worst prisons in the world, is it? What dangerous man to say?
The dangerous prisoner.
The most dangerous prisoner. Britain's most dangerous prison. Look at him. Full of hair. That's nothing. Give me the Neanderthal, man. Or the caveman. Look at the caveman real quick, man. The caveman was mad. The caveman had hair on his face, man. You know what's funny? You ever seen that chart where it shows the monkey, and the monkey turns from a monkey to a not so much of a monkey, and it turns to a white man. Never turns to a Chinese man. Never turns to Arab. Turns straight to a white man. Yeah, give me a name. I'm not mine. And that's what it looked like then, man. Well, this is the birth of Esau, man. Look, the one on the left. Look, he's even orange. He's even ginger, like just like Esau, man. He got red hair, just like him. Even science will show you their bones and so forth, man. This is how they look like, man. Full of hair, living in caves. And we're gonna get it, man. This is just the beginning. Keep it. All right.
And they called his name Esau.
And they called his name Esau. The first one came out red, hairy all over, firstborn. Remember, the eldest shall serve the youngest. The eldest came out first, and they called his name Esau. Keep it in.
And after that came his brother out.
So hold on. The first baby came out first, and they called him named Esau. And the Bible describes his color, described how he looked like. Then came out Jacob, and the Bible said nothing about Jacob. Why? Because Jacob was the same color as everybody else, man. Same color as everybody. Have you noticed on the face of the earth, all nations are brown, man? All nations are dark. There's one man who ain't. There's one man whose blood shows forth through his skin, and that's the oppressor, man. Why did the Bible describe the firstborn and didn't describe the second one? Why? Because the second was normal like everybody else, man. It was normal. The Bible goes, the first came out red and hairy all over, and then came his brother out. Didn't describe him. Why? Because the brother was normal, man. He was brown skin like everybody else, man. They lied to us to make out like white people came first, and then black people came second. Like something wrong with us. We need to be white. It's to be different, man. The Bible described the white person. Why? This is the first. This is something that no one's ever seen before. Then it said, and his brother came out also. Why? Because his brother was the color of everybody else, man. Normal like everybody else. Not, a caveman like, like Esau. Keep it in.
And his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
And when his mom pushed him out, the second one has his hand on Esau's heel, man. That's how much they were fighting, man. Everybody wants to wonder why blacks and white people just can't get along. Why just can't get along, man? We've been fighting from the womb, man. You know what I mean? We was made to fight, man. We wasn't made to get along, man. Keep it in.
And his name was called Jacob.
And his name was called Jacob, and the Bible didn't describe him. Why? Because he was normal like everybody else, man. And Jacob is the father of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. If you're black, Hispanic, Native Indian, this is your beginning right here, man. This is where your father comes from, man. You know what I mean? You read already? I don't know. I think class went forward, that's why. I ain't complaining. Keep it in. This is ancestry.com for blacks and Hispanics, man. This is right here. This is the day your father was born, man. Keep it in.
And the boys grew.
And later on in time, the boys grew. Esau and Jacob, both of them grew. We done?
Esau was a cunning hunter.
And this is more attributes, man. This is more characteristics. This is how we know who Esau is, man. Esau ain't no Arabs, man. Arabs are not red. Arabs are not hairy, man. The Bible said the boys grew and Esau was a hunter. Listen, who's known for hunting, man? Who has deers under the wall, man? Who's known for setting traps? What, man? Oh, what color was the crocodile hunter, man? Was the crocodile hunter Arab? Listen, if it wasn't for Caucasian people, we would know nothing about wild animals, man. Who's the man fast going in the bottom of the ocean, telling you how the white whale? This man will go in the ocean and tell you what the white whale eats, man. If it wasn't for this man, we would know nothing. There would be no National Geographical, man. Who's the man that goes to the utmost parts of the earth, man? Under the earth, fighting lions and showing you how big the lion's teeth are, man. That's Esau, man. A cunning hunter. Keep it in. And cunning means clever and smart and crafty, man. You know what I mean? Like, everyone back then in the earth was normal, regular people. How did we fight lions? With a spear, with a knife. Not Esau. Esau make a trap. You know, Esau make, certain weapons and so forth to get the animal, man. We're going to get there too, man. This history class, we're going to get it. Keep it in.
A man of the field.
And a man of the field? Esau was a man of the field, man. Look at white people today, man, going bungee jumping, man. Black people, we don't do this stuff there, man. We trying to just keep alive, man. Going bungee jumping. What else are we doing, man? All types of mad stuff that we would never do. Wrestling lions, man. Tigers. A man calls himself the crocodile hunter, man. No other nation does that. There's not an Indian man crocodile hunter. There's not a Chinese man crocodile hunter. But Esau is, man. Esau will do that, man. Black people are all watching TV saying, this man's crazy, man. It's so entertaining. But, watch that movie, Jackass. Doing dumb stuff, man, that we would never do. That's him, the man of the field. A man all out there in the field, fasting with different type of animals, going deer hunting. This man killed deer just for the sake of it, man. In the Bible, he meant to kill deer to eat it, man. He killed deer just to put on his wall. He's wasting meat, man. So what he does, he can't help himself. Keep it in.
And Jacob was a plain man.
And there's us, Jacob, plain man. After black man, what you doing? Just chilling. Just playing. Like, nothing special. We ain't doing no bungee jumping. We ain't gonna wrestle no lions, man. So what you saying? Chill, Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't mind that in the summertime. Don't go nowhere, man. In the summertime they come out. What time they come out? About 4. Yeah. When the sun goes down, man, it's too hot. Just a plane, man. So what, you gonna go bungee jumping? Nah, me, you crazy. Nah, man, just playing. Trying to get through life. Trying to live a nice, comfortable life, you know what I mean? Don't want no stress, don't want no drama, man. And just do things properly, in the yard, chilling. And the Bible says it too. It goes, what? Read that next part.
Dwelling in tents.
There you go, dwelling in tents. I'm in the yard, man. I'm out there fighting no lions. I'm not fighting no bears. I'm in the house, man. I'm just chilling. And that's the characteristics of black people today. We just want to get by. Listen, black people have been hunted by white people, killed by the police, man. And guess what? We don't want no problems, man. We're like, listen, just forget it, man. Don't worry about it. No one's perfect, man. Why? Because we can't be bothered for the smoke. We just want to live cool and live peaceably. And that's in our spirit, man, to this day. Keep it in.
And Isaac loved Esau.
And Isaac, so they're both twins. And Isaac, who's both their fathers, like Esau. Why? Because Esau's in the field, man. Every man loves a masculine child, the one that plays football. You know what I mean? The one, your son's in the field, killing lamb and sheep and deer and hunting, like, yeah, that's my boy right there, Dads don't really like the nerdy one. Dads don't like the kid that's into books and stuff. Like, they want to go to the baseball games, man, and the football games, and chant to them, and when he scores, cheer and what's it called again? Cheer and glow, and dads like that stuff. That's why Isaac loved Esau, because Esau was the man of the field. He was hunting and killing, like, yeah, that's my boy right there, man. Yo, men love it when their kids are in karate, kicking the crap out of all the other kids, man, sweeping them, you're like, oh, that's my boy right there, They love it when their son's scoring goals and whatnot. And that's why Isaac loved Esau. Saki said.
Now, just on the back of that, I was watching an interview from that guy, James English. He had on that boxer, a Tony Bellamy, and his dad was the same way. The Scouser. He said that when it came to his dad, if it was education, his dad did not care. But if you come home and goes, Dad, I got into a fight and I beat him for the one, he goes, son, let's go. And we go now. He goes, his dad will buy him anything he wants.
That's how it is. You know what I mean? That, like, moms now, if you graduate, all happy. Dads, we're happy too. But we're more happy if we're in a fight. And it's like, yeah. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones. The day I hear my son wins a fight at school, listen, I'm not gonna be you're not going to see me smile so much in my life. This is how dads are. And Isaac loved Esau for that reason. Keep it in.
Because he did eat of his venison.
There you go. The Bible explains itself. Isaac loved Esau because he ate of his venison, man. This man was bringing the meat home. Like, yeah, I'm going to shot today. Killed 4 lamb, Jumped to the back of it. Slit their throat, man. So Isaac loved him. Like, he's masculine, manly. And you got Jacob staying in tents. That son you love, but it's like your favorite son. You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing much. When people come around to visit, you can't really boast about him. He's in the tent, man, cooking with his mom. You read that later on as well. Jacob was cooking, man. He wasn't too fond of him. But Isaac was out there, on the back of sheep and slitting deer and killing this and hunting that. And that's the kid that he liked, man. Keep it in.
But Rebecca loved Jacob.
And Rebecca loved Jacob. Why? Because Rebecca knew the prophecy. She knew, like, the oldest one was still the youngest one. She knew. So she loved that child and kept him close, man. Keep it in.
29. And Jacob sod pottage.
And Jacob sod pottage. Sod is old English for boil. You sod something, you boil it. So Jacob was cooking one day. He sod pottage. He was boiling. Probably making a stew or soup. Who knows? Stew. What do you boil? Rundown. You boil brown stew chicken. What else do you boil? Soup. Stew. Brown stew. Gravy. Who knows? He probably making some curry gravy and chicken. Who even knows? Which I hate so much. I can't stand, man.
Ancient curry gravy.
My ribs know I can't stand curry chicken. So lucky, man. I'll eat it, but I can't stand it. But anyway, Jacob was boiling down something. You get me some pottage with meat in there. Keep it in.
And Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
And this day, so Jacob cooking one day, and Esau come from the field, man. He was faint. Meaning he was tired, man. He didn't get no kills this day. He didn't get no wins this day. Keep it in.
And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage.
And Esau said to Jacob, listen, feed me, I'm hungry, man. Feed me with that same red pottage, man. Call it red, man. Listen, what type of meat is red, man? Raw meat, man. Meat with blood in there, man. In the Bible, it's forbidden to eat meat with blood in there, man. Forbidden. You know what I mean? And what type of people on the face of the earth eats medium rare steak, man? Not medium rare slack, yeah. Medium rare is local. Sorry. Eats rare steak. I think they call it the blue steak. The oppressors, man, they're known for it. Not even the Indian man does that, man. Even the caveman was eating raw meat, man. Caveman was eating raw meat. They would like chop the leg off a sheep and eat meat raw, man. This is their characteristic. Arabs don't do this, man. Arabs, show me in Arab history where they do this, man. A person got something called blue steak, where they season the steak and they get the saucepan nice and hot and they slap one side of the steak on the pan for like 10 seconds max. Then flip it and then it's good to go, man. Some of them will tell you, I love the blood, man. I love the blood. What's it called? The juices of the blood. It brings out the richness. This is them, man. Esau begged Jacob for food that was bloody, that wasn't even ready yet, man. And this is the Bible giving you their characteristics right here, man. And this ain't good enough for you. We're gonna get history too, man. We're gonna get history. We're gonna get history from the white man. He'll let you know who Esau is, man. We're gonna get biblical prophecy, the whole nine, man. Listen, we're gonna get there. And Esau said, I pray you, feed me with that same red pottage, man. I mean, the food weren't even ready yet. And he wanted it, man. There's a law in the Bible against eating rare meat, man. Eating bloody meat, man. And Esau wanted it, man. It's like it. And let me tell you something. If you're gonna eat steak, you can't eat it medium rare. All right. The law is not about eating medium rare meat. The law is about eating blood. A medium rare steak does not have blood in it. You feel me? The pink that you're seeing is just the color of the steak. You know what I mean? Dunbar will tell you what it means. To break it down, and it is myoglobin. That's called. If you can squeeze that steak and juice runs out, it's grease, clear grease, that's fine. But if you squeeze it and blood's coming out and shit, and there's a problem, man. You know what I mean? But as black people, we like it well done. We like to bite it and stretches and stuff. That's how we are. But if you're a black man, you like it medium rare, nothing ain't wrong. Keep it in.
For I am faint, therefore was his name called Edom.
And Edom means red. Means red, man. Therefore, because of what he done, his name is called Edom. He went to Esau to be called Edom. He became the father of the Edomites. Keep it in.
And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright.
And Jacob said, you know what? Sell me your birthright, man. The birthright is the inheritance, man. Every firstborn son has inheritance. He has a right to all the father's belongings, all the earnings, man. Today, who gets your birthright nowadays? Anyone know? Anyone know? Your wife. You know, in the Bible, your firstborn son gets all your birthright. Today, your wife gets it. You have a wife and you marry her according to the oppressor and got a birth certificate. But birth certificate, when you die, she gets everything. Your kids don't get nothing. The kids that you gave life to don't get nothing. Unless your wife decides to distribute it to them. But if you don't, your kids get nothing. Your wife gets everything. She gets a house. She gets the car. She has access to your bank. And if she feels like she'll give the kids, she will. But if she don't, your kids will get nothing. In the Bible, your firstborn son, he will get everything. And Jacob said, sell me that. You want some of this pottage? That's cool. Sell me that, man. So I want to be the firstborn, man. Give me that, man. Keep it in.
And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
But Esau said, listen, I'm about to die, man. What good is this birthright going to do to me? And listen, that is such a spirit of the oppressor, man. That is listen, you're not going to tell me this is the Arabs, man. The Arabs even have a bit of integrity, man. Do you know Saudi Arabia fought against Russia, 10 years ago, and won? And won? Esau ain't like that, man. Esau has no integrity. Look at Harry and Meghan, man. Harry should be saying, you know what? My mom said I can't marry this woman. I'm not going to marry her. My family's title is on the line. The royal family title is on the line. We don't care. Because this one makes him happy. Makes him happy, makes him smile. So he goes, you know what good is it, man? The whole royal thing, nice, old. I'm going to give up my birthright. I'm going to give up. Harry literally giving up his birthright. Harry's entitled to a certain amount of money. And he's giving it up because he wants a woman. He likes a woman and he wants to go live his life. I'm tired of being in Buckingham Palace. I'm tired of being one of the royals. I want to do my own thing. And that's how oppressors think. Oppressors got a slogan called what? You only live once. And they see, oh, well, fair enough. It's true. It's wrong to be gay, but I'm a kissing man on a night out. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna go to Cancun, and I'm gonna go to Amsterdam and live it up, man, because you only live once, and they throw their birthright out the window. Because they see it as what? We're all gonna die one day. We're all gonna die one day, and guess what? When we die, guess what? No one's gonna know we wasn't here, so we might as well have all the fun we can. That's what Esau said, man. Esau said, damn integrity, damn what I stand for. I'm gonna die anyway. Might as well live good. And that's what their press says today. When you see black people in the clubs, popping champagne, living their you only live life type of way, that's not our culture. That's something that we got from them. That's something they taught from. That's something they taught us. That is white people culture right there, being selfish, man. Read the Bible. In the Bible, we had integrity. There's a man in the Bible that was supposed to die for eating pork, man. The Greeks told the old man in the Bible that was old, and the Greeks said, "Listen, eat pork, man." So people will see you eat pork and they'll eat pork. He said, no. And they said, you know what? We'll give you some chicken just to pretend it's pork. He said, no. I said, listen, I've worked too hard for my name, man, to come to the end and give up now. And make kids think that, well, he ate pork, so he's a great man, so he can eat pork. I can. He said, no, man, he died, man. And that's how he's supposed to live. Not, well, listen, they're going to call me nigger anyway, so I might as well just be a comedian and shuckle and jive and do what I got to do. Mm-hmm. That's what, who said that again? Cat Williams. Yeah. Cat Williams said, he goes, they're going to call me nigger anyway, so I might as well say it, man. At least to get paid from it. Cat Williams said that, man. And that's the behavior we learn from them. They say they got this thing, you only live once. And what good is that, man? I'm not going to die with my birthright. I'd rather be alive, man. And they spin it in a way it sounds good. Like, you're right, What's the point being dead like that? Nah, man, you might as well. They're going to call you nigger anyway. You might as well coon for them and get paid for it. If you don't coon and get paid for it, what did I say? If you don't coon and get paid for it, someone else going to coon anyway. I might as well coon and get money because I don't. The white one's going to find somebody else. So it's better off I do it, man. And that's disgusting, man. That's how the oppressor lives. That's life how the oppressor teach us to just do it anyway, have no integrity because someone else will do it. If I don't sell drugs, this man, someone else will. You're gonna find a drug somehow, so it might as well be me. And that's how Edomites think, man. It's like it's a.
Now, I was literally gonna say the same thing. When someone says it might as well be me, what they're saying is, listen, I only live once, so the money that they would give to someone else is better I do it than at least I get the money, and you're not thinking what the Lord's gonna do to you. You're thinking about now and just living for that moment.
That's right. Keep reading stuff, yeah.
And Jacob said, swear to me this day.
Jacob said, swear to me, man. Promise me to this day. Promise me. Because, some man will say one thing and then when they get better, change their mind. Say, nah, man, before we go any further, promise me, man, to this day. We done?
And he swear unto him.
And he promised him. He said, I swear to you, man. You know what I mean? I'll give you my birthright. I'm not going to change my mind once I get better. Keep it in.
And he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
And he sold his birthright, man. Everything he owned is birthright, meaning the right that you got from birth. Your right is something you're entitled to. Like, people say, yo, this is my right to stand here, meaning I'm entitled to stand here. When the police say, give me your name, and he goes, it's my right to not give you my name, meaning it's my, what's the word? It's my entitlement not to give you. This man is entitled to something just by being the firstborn. That's his birthright, his right to his birth. And he gave it up, man. Now, you got the right to remain silent, meaning a policeman can't tell you, what's your name? And you tell him, you got the right to say, I'm not saying anything. Till my solicitor gets here, I ain't saying nothing. That's your right. No man can force it out of you. And likewise, he had the right to all his dad's goods, all the land, all the sheep. And he gave it up, man. He said, nah, man, I want so much red partition. I'm faint right now. He was faint, man. Faint. The Bible didn't say, do you know how hungry you got to be to die? I think your body, you can live without food for 2-3 days. You got to be mega hungry to die, man. Esau was not at that level, man. The African kids in Zimbabwe with ribs showing, man. With their belly banging out, man. I don't think Esau was at that level, man. But again, he was greedy. I sold his right for anything, man. Keep it
in. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and a pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
And look what the Bible said. The Bible didn't say, well, Esau did a good thing, man. He was going to die. Esau was smart. He was going to die and he did the right thing, man. The Bible said he despised his birthright, man. By doing that, you hate your birthright. You don't give a damn about what family you come from. You don't care about where you come from, man. You know what I mean? That's what brothers in the street as well, man. You don't give a damn if you're right here, you know what I mean, smoking weed because of what you want. You don't care how people look at you or look at the truth and say, "Oh, I thought they were righteous, man. Look at me do. Look at him acting a certain way. You want what you want, man, and therefore you despise this truth, man. Keep it in." Right, give me 27. 27, yeah, 1.
27 and 1.
Come on.
Genesis 27 and 1. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old.
Now, Isaac's old now. When they were young, Isaac was playing with Esau and, watching him kill deer. Now, Isaac's old. Like in every man's life, one day your kids get big, you get older, man. Your kids becoming big men now. The kids are grown now. They're grown men in their 30s, 40s. And the dad's old now, man. He's old, walking stick, nappy on, grey hair. This is where we're at right now. Keep it in.
And his eyes were dim.
And he's losing his vision. That happens to some people. Some people know the fine. Some people lose their vision. You know what I mean? There wasn't Specsavers back then. A lot of old people you see with glasses. You know what I mean? Had there not been no glasses, your eyes would be dim, man. My grandma, same thing, had dim eyes. My dad's mom had dim eyes. I remember I was told one time she couldn't see, man. You know what I mean? Her eyes were that dim. She was in the house alone. She'd be in the dark. It made no difference to her. It didn't make no difference. That happens to old people. Sometimes the eyes get dim. Some of them it don't. Keep it in.
So that he could not see.
And he couldn't see. We done.
He called Esau his eldest son.
And he called Esau his eldest son. So his dad's about to die. You know what I mean? What do you do when you die, man? You call your children. You know what I mean? When you're on your deathbed, what do you say? You call all your children. Listen, this is my will. You're getting the car. You're getting this. You're getting that. You sit them down, man. When I'm gone, make sure you do this. That's what you do when you die. When you're alive, you don't do it because you're there to guide them. But now you go and you tell your kids, listen, you watch out for this one, make sure you watch him. You give your kids direction and you let them know who's having what. So first you called Esau his eldest son, man. Keep it in.
And said unto him, my son. And he said unto him, behold, here I am.
And his son came to him and go, yeah, here I am. You called me. Black parents, you call you once, you got to come, and they can't call you twice, man. Mr. Beating to call you twice. So he called him, he came running, goes, yeah, I'm here, keep it in.
And he said, behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death.
So I'm old, man. I don't know when I'm going to die. You know what I mean? I'm going to do this now because tomorrow I could die. I don't know when I'm going to die. I know it's close. My eyes are dim. I don't know when I'm going to die. It could be tomorrow. Who knows? I don't even know. Keep it in.
Now, therefore, take, I pray thee, thy weapons.
It said, pray therefore, take one of your weapons, man. Remember, Esau was a hunter. Why do hunters have weapons, man? So take one of your weapons down. Meaning what Esau had loads, man. What do oppressors have today when they go hunting, man? Loads of weapons, man. Oh my God, they got the rifle. What else they got? They got the handgun. So much things when they go in hunting. They got one on their back, one here. They go clay shooting. They go what's one? Peasant shooting. They shoot peasants. Just love hunting, man. They got many different weapons, man. So look at police. Police in America, especially, are the biggest hunters, man. And they hunt black people. And what do they have, man? They have that belt, man. That belt is just full of weapons, man. Taser, nightstick, spray, handgun. There's loads. They got a choice full of weapons. It's like playing a game of playing a first-person shooter game, man. You know when you hold down R2 and you can select through the weapons. It's like that's what the police have on their belt, man. A plethora of weapons, man. Keep it in.
Thy quiver and thy bow.
And the quiver is what you put the arrows in. Like the quiver's on your back usually. You pull your arrow out the quiver. So you take your quiver and your bow, man. Keep it in.
And go out to the field and take me some venison.
They say go to the field and get me some venison. Venison's a deer, a type of deer, man. You got loads of types of deers, just like you got loads of types of dogs, different breeds of dogs, and the different breeds of deers, man. You got the ones that roebuck, ones that also the hawk, and one of them the venison. Keep it in.
And make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die.
So tell his son, listen, go get some meat, cook it down for me, we're gonna eat it together, and I'm gonna give you your blessing before I die, man. You know, black people always gonna die. Always die. I know old people that's been dying since I was like 12 and shit, and still alive, so like yeah. And likewise here, Esau didn't die this day, but this day he thought he was gonna die. You know what I mean? Black people here. So he goes, get some deer, cook it down, season it up, fry it up, whatever you gotta do, we'll eat it, and then listen, as you sit down, I'm gonna give you your blessing, man. Keep it in.
And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son.
And Rebecca heard it. So Esau sitting down with his son, listen, go get the meat, da 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 da. And his wife's listening. She heard what he said. Now hold on, where's Esau going, man? Last time I checked, Esau sold his birthright. Where's he going? Esau should be like, yo, dad, you know what? I got to tell you something. I'm gonna break your heart. I gave my birthright to Jacob, man. Last time I checked, he swore. He said, he swore. He didn't swear. He swears. Said, listen, I promise you, man. What good is it? Now all of a sudden you want his birthright, man. And that's so that's such the oppressor, man. Such the oppressor breaking his treaties, man. The oppressor had over 60 treaties with the Native American Indians and broke every last one of them, man. They have treaties. Look at Putin. Putin breaking. The oppressor don't even keep his own rules, man. President Putin is breaking the rules, man. According to war laws, you can't kill civilians, man. And Putin's out there killing civilians, man. Out there killing civilians. Even anyone heard about Ukraine today? There were soldiers that were wounded in Ukraine. Like, so imagine you're in Ukraine, you're shooting, you're a Russian soldier, and you get shot, bang, and you left on the street. And you know what the public did to the Russian soldiers? Poisoned them, man. Poison this, you can Google it, poison the Russian soldiers. You know how hard it is to die of being poisoned? Everyone's making out how wicked Putin is. Ukraine's just as wicked, man. According to the UN laws, any captured prisoner should be in prison. Hey, listen, you watch the movie The Great Escape. The Great Escape. And it's about what prisoners in World War II. And where are they? In prison. That is the rules of the UN. And these are poison. In fact, if you could put it up for me, man. They break their own rules, man. Disgusting. Black men get pulled over by the police. And what do black people say? You can't do this, man. But according to law, you can't blah, blah, blah. And every time I see these videos, I'm shaking my head like, oh, man, shit, my blood. Listen, just be quiet, man. But black people don't understand it. Listen, the white man don't follow his own rules, man. You're thinking he can't do this because the law says. You're thinking he can't do this because the rules say. Listen, since when does he abide by the rules, man? John Charles is dead. He choked a man to death trying to get drugs from in his belly. And that's not how you get drugs in the man's stomach, man. You don't put two fingers in a man's throat to get drugs out of his stomach. And guess what? The policeman got his job. But they don't follow no rules, man. That's what our people don't understand. Yeah, read that, man. It's disgusting, man. That was terrible. Even for Russians, that's terrible, man. Look at that. Ukraine villagers kill Russian soldiers with poisonous pies, man. What kind of shit is that, man? Do you know? Do you know? Like, Russian soldiers are people just doing a job. It's nothing personal. They're under orders, and that's why if a Russian soldier dies in combat, it's nothing personal. If a civilian dies in combat now, the UN will get involved. Like, that's wrong. If a Russian soldier gets captured, you capture him and put him in jail. That's what you're supposed to do. It's nothing personal. And they poisoned Russian soldiers, man. Oh, they can drop that. I wanted to show you. And no one cares because Ukraine, it's Russian soldiers. You know what I mean? According to the narrative about Russia, the bad guys, and they broke the rules. But because it's Russians, that's fine. Rules are rules, man. You know what I mean? You can't rape a woman, but because she's got a big mouth, say, well, she got a loud mouth. You know, rape is wrong regardless, man. And poisoning people is wrong. These soldiers are the soldiers, man. Under orders, you can't do that, man. Oh, hey, I don't know. Keep it in. It's in the news, by the way. Sorry, it's in the news. And it's not in the news as, you know, the narrative ain't disgusting, wicked Ukrainian, or horrible Ukrainian. Just Ukrainian poisons Russian soldiers. And that's fine because of the Ukrainians. How Russia did the same thing now, it'd be UN, it'd be a crime, according to you. Russia killed civilians, and they'll say how they want a meeting with Putin, man. Ukraine can poison UK soldiers, and that's fine. That's murder, man. That's murder. Listen, a man who's not fighting back, a man who's wounded, a man who's captured. You can't do it to him, man. That's murder right there, man. It's called killed. It's called what's it called? Killed in action for a reason. You know what I mean? I mean, he was killed while he was in action. This man wasn't in action. You killed him while he was down, man. Is that wrong with that?
That's wrong. That's illegal.
That's illegal. That's a legal move. But anyway, it's like yeah. That's the oppressor. He breaks his own rules. He'll make a treaty with you and break it. He will say, "Yeah, give you my birthright, man," and then break it. Go back and try to take it from you, man. Anyway, Rebecca heard it, man. And this is what Rebecca said to Jacob.
And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and bring it.
Where's Esau going, man? That's why I checked. He stole his birthright, man. Where's he going? About venison. You better be getting venison so we can eat it, man. Where's he going? Trying to get this blessing. He sold that. Keep it in.
And Rebekah spake unto Jacob, her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death.
So Rebecca heard it, and now she's filling in Jacob, man, of what happened. Like, so I heard your dad say da 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 da. Keep it in.
Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which.
Why is that 2 hours on live, but it's not live? Oh, not already.
No, it's 1 hour.
Oh, okay. I knew something was wrong. Oh, okay. No, sorry. Carry on. It's back there.
Go now, therefore, my son, obey my voice. Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats.
And the mom said, listen, quickly go to our flock. Meaning what? In our household, we had our own sheep. So go to the flock. A flock is more than one sheep. Yeah. Like you got a pack of lions, a herd of swine, is it? And a flock of sheep. Yeah, a flock of sheep. So go to the flock right now and get us 2 kids. Get us 2 baby goats. Get 2 lambs. Keep it in.
And I will make them savory meat for thy father.
Said, I will cook them for you. I will season them down, cook them, boil them, fry them. I'll make it. Listen, I'll take care of that for you. Just go and get it, man. Keep it in.
Such as he loveth.
And just the way he likes it, man. And no one knows. Listen, no one knows Isaac more than his rib, man. Like I said, no one knows. I don't want. No one knows how you like your meat better than your rib, man. You know what I mean? So she gonna make Jacob about to get a good blessing here, man. He's gonna go in there, get the meat before his brother, and the meat's gonna taste better than the brother, and he's gonna go get the blessing also, man. Keep it in.
And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat.
And then what goes, thou shalt bring it to your father that he may eat. What's luck? I want to get some history, you know. No, keep it in. We'll see what I go on.
And that he may bless thee before his death.
And she wants Jacob to be blessed, man. Why? Because that's what God intended. God said it before they were even born. You know what happened here? Jacob tricked Esau. Remember, listen, guess what? This was supposed to happen. This was prophesied before they was even born, man. Let me tell you something. Certain events happen in life. So you, like, for instance, a lot of us think that we got the truth because we was on YouTube one day. Nah, man. The Lord had it play out like that, man. The Lord had you on YouTube on that day so you would get the truth. And this promise was given to Jacob. So even if he didn't go down like this, it would have been his anyway. Something else would have happened, but it would have been his. You know what I mean? That's how the Bible. That's how God works. When God wants you to get something, no one can stop you, man. If you're meant to get the truth, I don't care how much your mom says we're a cult. I don't care how much your mom breaks a laptop so you can't go in it. You're going to get it, man. If you don't get it through the internet, you're gonna get it on the street. If you don't get it on the street, you're gonna get a flyer. And likewise, if Jacob didn't do this, he got it some other way. Why? Because it was his. It was prophesied to be his. The Bible said the elder shall serve the younger man. And that's just how it was, man. That's right. Keep it in.
And Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, Behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man.
And Jacob's like, yeah, but mom, listen, Esau's hairy, man. I'm not hairy like Esau. Listen, if my dad feels me, he's going to know that I'm not Esau, man. And he's not going to be happy. Keep it in.
And I am a smooth man.
He said, I'm smooth, man. I'm not hairy like Esau. I'm smooth. Remember, Jacob's a man also. So Jacob ain't smooth like a woman. He got a beard and so forth also. But on the length that Esau has, it's nothing. You know what I mean? You might see us with afros. You're hairy. We're not compared to Esau, man. If it wasn't for what Gillette razor, listen, Esau in the what's it called? In the Iron Ages and the Ice Ages. Damn, listen, that man was hairy, man. Hair everywhere. They make movies like Lord of the Rings with hair on his hands and the whole nine, man. That man was hairy. So listen, you got nothing on the regular human being, man. Keep it in.
My father, peradventure, will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me.
So say, listen, Mom, I don't think you should do this, you know. Because my dad finds out, he's gonna curse me. You know what I mean? It goes on him. Mom put a coat on him. That's how hairy he was, man. The hairiest black man in the world is not as hairy as a coat, man. They put a coat on him. A coat on him, so dad thinks, yeah, that's Esau, man. That's how hairy he was. And anyway, Jacob got the blessing. Esau comes in afterwards, crying, saying, yo, my blessing's gone, man. My blessing's gone. And then Jacob gives Esau a blessing. And this blessing will let you know who Esau is today. Give me verse. 1 second. Yeah, give me verse 38. So Jacob got the blessing. The Lord said, you know what I mean? We're going to be on top of all nations and so forth. We're going to rule the earth. And the Esau come busting after late. Esau's late. You know what I'm saying? Busting late, man. With some meat. I mean, you don't want that meat, man. Late, man. Jacob's already eaten, belly full. They no space. They no space for dessert, man. No space for dessert. Blessing given. Esau comes in now crying, man. Begging dad, listen, so what? Nothing for me. Dad's like, nah. He begs dad, saying, Dad, listen, you must have a little something for me, man. And this is where we're at right now.
Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father?
So Esau like, listen, Dad, I know you give away all your blessings to Jacob, man, but come on, you must have something, man. All you got is one blessing. Give me something, man. Bless me with something. Keep it in.
Bless me, even me also.
Saying, bless me, bless indeed me also. Even means indeed. Saying, bless me as well, man. Come on, keep it in.
Oh, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice.
He lifts up his voice, starts to scream and shout and cry, man. His volume got loud, man. Bless me, man. Come on, man. Must have something in there. Lift up his voice, like bawling. He wanted something, man. Keep it in.
And wept. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
His father said, listen, your dwelling, meaning where you dwell, meaning your people. You know, remember Esau in the future won't be here. Meaning what is the descendants, man? Their dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. Meaning what? The time's gonna come when Esau gonna dwell in good places, man. In good places, keep it in.
And of the dew of heaven from above.
Meaning what? He's gonna be blessed, man. Dew of heaven, remember, rain hits the earth and makes things grow. That means you're gonna be blessed. Certain countries don't rain, and what happens in them countries? It's called a drought, man. Nothing don't grow. You know what I mean? Nothing don't grow. All you gotta do is look at them Oxfam adverts, man. All they want is a bit of rain, and they can't get it, man. When you get dew from heaven, listen, your land is plentiful, man. It grows, it's nice, things grow, you're plenteous. Rain on your land means you got loads of corn, loads of rice, loads of wheat. And what you do with that rice, wheat, sell it, eat it, you can trade it. So much things you can do with it, man. I mean, your land is plenteous. Keep it in.
And by the sword.
By the what?
By the sword.
By the what?
By the sword.
The Lord said, by the sword. We done?
Shalt thou live.
And the Bible said, by the sword shall you live, man. What does it mean to live? By the sword shall you live. Have you ever heard that saying, what do you do for a living? Or if someone goes, oh, a nice house. What do you do for a living? What you do for a living is how you live. And this man lives by the sword. You look at England and go, wow, that's a nice place, man. How did they get this place? How did they get it? By the sword, man. You say England got loads of money, so much money. They got money to give Ukrainians, man. Wow, it's a nice house, man. What do you do for a living? How do you live? How do you get it? How do you sustain all this? He got it by the sword. England is rich with why? They made black people work for free in Jamaica, man. and whip and rape and kill black people to bring all that sugarcane money back to England, man. How you look at Australia? It's a nice place, but how do you do this? How do you get this nice place, man? What do you do for a living? How do you live? How do you live your life? How did they get Australia? By killing the Aborigines, man. How did he imagine this? So like you got the link on there. All Edomites, every last one of them, man. Every last one of them got something called what? Empires, man, or colonies, man. Look at Spain. You can go, something called the Canary Islands, man. The Canary Islands is in Africa, nowhere in Spain. Yet the people in the Canary Islands speak Spanish, man. The Canary Islands are what I think like five small islands that, and together they're called the Canary Islands. And guess what? People love going to the Canary Islands. People love going to the island of Lanzarote. They love it, man. But Lanza, going Lanza. What's the next one? In it, Fuerteventura. Yeah. People love it so much.
Oh, the island of Fernando.
That's thingy. That's one of the Spanish islands though. Tenerife. Oh my, Tenerife is the most famous one in the Canary Islands. And guess how the Spanish got them islands that you look today? By killing people, man. They went to the Canary Islands and killed the natives of the Canary Islands, man. And now it's theirs. We went to India. The British went to India. The Dutch went to places like Aruba. The Dutch went to places like Saint Martin.
Angola.
The French went to Martinique. And even heathen nations, Angola. All these nations there, man. By the sword is how they live. You go to Spain. I love Spain. They're all inclusive and you get the drink and you go to Spain. Oh, Spain's such a nice country. Why is it so nice? Because by the sword is how he lives. Now you got countries, you got African countries and Caribbean countries that trade for a living, that do tourism for a living. Jamaica's best income of money is tourism. Then you got white countries, man, like Spain, France, that for their living, how they make money, how they live is by killing, man. France is rich today. Why? All that sugar cane, all that cane and coffee beans that they made the Haitians work for, man. Went to Aruba and killed it. No, that's Dutch. They went to Martinique, man, and Guadeloupe, man, and killed our brothers, man. They went to Africa also and killed them heathens too, man. Where do you go? Congo. Congo. What's the other one? They went to what's the other one, man?
Which country?
Senegal was one. Speak French too.
Yeah, Senegal.
Then they went to what's the one by Nigeria, man? Cameroon. That's how they live. They live by killing, man. India got a big military. You don't got money. And how did they get that money? By killing people, no. There's other country with money that didn't get it by killing. Look at Dubai. Dubai is a rich country, man. But how do Dubai live? How did Dubai get all that money through oil? But the white man, he gets money. He gets money also. He gets riches also. He gets it by killing people, man. North Korea is not a poor country. It's not a poor country. They got nuclear warfare. They got money too. But how do they get it? By trading. But China also. China got money in Hong Kong and Japan. And they got it from what technology, man? We're making Sony TVs and Nokia phones and iPhones, whatever. Then you got the white man, man. No matter where he is, whether it's Russia, Spain, France, they get the money by the sword, man. By robbing people's oil, man. By killing and killing and killing. They live by the sword, man. Read that again.
And by the sword shalt thou live.
By the sword shalt thou live. That's how he lives. He lives by the sword, man. If he wouldn't for the sword, he couldn't live. He lives so great. He lives in the best parts of the earth and the fatness and the dew of heaven. Why? Because he gets it by the sword, man. How did he get North America? By killing the Native American Indians, man. How did he get into South America? By putting the apartheid on the Hamites, man. How did he get the Caribbean? The Queen is still the head of state in the Caribbean, in Jamaica. How did she get there, man? By killing the Arawak Indians, man. The Arawak Indians who are Israelites were there first, man. And the oppressor killed them and gave them diseases, man. This man is blessed by the sword, man. By the sword is how he lives, man. Give me that link about the colonies. Give me former British colonies. This is how this man lives, man. There's many ways to make money. There's many ways to make a living, but this man, he makes it by the sword, man. So this is my question to you. Show me where the Arabs live by the sword, because last time I checked, last time I checked, there's no Arab colonies, none. All right, fair enough. The Arabs did take over parts of Africa. They did take over some parts of Somalia and so forth. But show me where the Arabs are rich right now, man. The Arabs right now are rich right now. Guess how they're rich? They're rich through oil, man. Dubai is rich from oil. They ain't rich because they live by the sword, man. But it is one race of people that live by the sword. They're good for killing. They are the greatest killers on the face of the earth. No man can kill like their oppressor, man. No man can. Share the screenshot of that, please, for sure.
All right. This is from worldatlas.com. The article, former British colonies.
So these are former British colonies, we done?
Today, Queen Elizabeth is still officially the head of state for 16 Commonwealth countries outside the UK.
So the Queen is what? Head of state of 16 countries that are not in the UK, meaning these countries ain't in the UK, but she's over them. She's head of state. And how does that happen, man? By killing people, man. By going over there and forcing people to speak your language. I ain't just the British. The Spanish did it too. The Dutch did it too. The French did it too. The Portuguese did it too. It's something what Esau does, man. Show me where the Arabs have ever done this, man. Show me where the Arabs are head of state over more countries than the oppressor, man. This is just Britain. Just Britain. I'm sure you all the colonies Britain has. Read.
These include Antigua.
We done.
So Antigua and Barbuda,
We done.
Barbados,
We done.
the Bahamas,
We done.
Australia,
We done.
Belize,
We done.
Barbados,
We done.
Canada,
We done.
Grenada,
We done.
Jamaica,
We done.
New
We
Zealand,
done.
Papua New Guinea,
We done.
St. Kitts and Nevis.
All right, stop, man. This is a lot. It's a lot. And this is just the Brits. Don't let me pull out the Spanish. Don't let me pull out the French. Don't let me pull out the Dutch and the Portuguese. Don't tell me the white man don't live by the sword, man. I guess what? All these countries that are listed, guess what? In your spare time, Google it, man. Guess how we got them? By conquering, man. The Canary Islands, guess what? The Spanish went down there, man. They went down there with their Spanish armada, man, and conquered people, man. The Spanish are called what's the army? Conquistadors. Conquistadors is Spanish for conquerors, man. That's what they do. Black man, if you kill someone, you're a murderer, and you belong in jail, and you're disgusting, and you're this and that. When they kill someone, you know what they call it? We discovered that land. Listen, we won it.
Mm-hmm.
We won it. When you kill the white man, it's a massacre. Oh, it's a horrible massacre. What happened in Ukraine? Oh, it's disgusting. But when they kill you, oh, it's a victory. It was a great victory. They use certain words, man. And this is our oppressor. He lives by the sword, man. And let me tell you something. No one lives by the sword greater than white people, man. Just the other day, I was looking up history. Yeah, looking up history, man, about World War I and II. And I looked and I said, damn, the oppressor is blessed with the sword, man. He really is blessed with the sword. Like, as black people, and even heathens, regular heathens, when it comes to warfare, we're just playing. I fight you, you fight me. The biggest man wins. Let's pick up a knife and stab you. The oppressor. What man thinks to blow up thousands of people with a bomb, man? Who even thinks like that? We just think regular. All right, your army gets mine. We see who wins. What man thinks? What man makes a sonic bomb? Listen, the Germans made a sonic bomb, man. Sonic means sound. Made a bomb that would rip your insides out and make you go dizzy inside, man. These people are skilled. They're blessed with the sword, as the Bible says. No, we could fight, but we weren't blessed with the sword. We get some work. Listen, I'm gonna show you how blessed with the sword this oppressor was. See, today you see weapons, and because of TV, you go, oh, that's normal. I'm gonna show you how even in World War I and World War II, the oppressor was blessed with the sword, man. I'm gonna show you things that Germany had back then that you was like, bro, I didn't know they had that back then. This is how skilled they were back then in 1940. In 1940, man, give me that football for sure. You show me where the Arab man was blessed with a sword like this. You show me where the Arabs had some big guns like this. Give me military history. That one, try that one. Okay. Share it if you could, for sure as well. Come on, you show. Actually, you don't have to. Just read it as well.
All right, this is from military history fandom.com, section Germany, World War II, Psionic canon.
So against World War II, remember this is how much years ago? Almost 100 years ago. And these are the weapons that the Germans had back then. Why? Because they are blessed with the sword, man. Black man, while you're trying to live, have a great life, and not bother nobody, this is what their mind goes through. They think of ways to kill people, man. I remember when America was in the gun range, and the man was giving us a tutorial saying you want the 9mm bullets or the 22, and he's saying with these, right, they go in small, but they come out, they explode out. And I thought, what a devil, man! Like killing people ain't good enough. You gotta find ways where you can just murder a man and make his insides blow up, man. Not good enough. Like they got the things that, like a regular bullet ain't good enough. They got bullets that tear you inside as they go inside, and they got bullets that will do this to you and blow you up, and nuclears that will blow you up. And if you survive the bombing, the radiation will kill you. I thought, wow, who even thinks like that, man? Did I remember the Esau, man? Blessed with a sword. And in World War II, in the 1940s, man, this is what they had back then. They had something called a sonic cannon, a German sonic cannon. This is why everyone was scared of the Germans, because the Germans were advanced, man. Advanced in what's it called? Technology. Imagine, you know how the Germans are advanced with cars right now? You got Mercedes, BMWs, Porsche. Imagine Mercedes, BMW, and Porsche and Volkswagen, but making guns, making tanks. You have no chance, man. And that's what it was like in World War I and II. The Germans had something called the sonic what? Cannon. Read.
During the early 1940s, Axis engineers developed a sonic cannon that could literally shake a person apart from the inside.
Look at that, man. This is 1940s. Listen, today you're like, yeah, that's normal. But imagine back then. Back then we had a big TV, big black and white TV, man. They had a big black and white TV. But guess what? When it came to weapons, they went behind. They was behind on entertainment. They had a big box radio with a tuning radio. When it came to weapons, they were on point, man. See, some of us say they got the little iPhone and think, wow, look, we come a long way. We used to have a brick phone, now we got a small phone, man. Yeah, we were behind on technology, but one thing the white man was not behind on was weapons. Why? Because he's blessed with a sword, man. He had a gun that you press the trigger, a certain high-pitched sound will come out. That will what? What do you say? From the inside, what do you say?
That will shake a person apart from the inside.
It will shake you from the inside, man. It will turn you all nose. What's called nose? It will give you nausea and make you feel dizzy and make you feel sick. That's how high-powered it was. And this is what the Germans were onto, man. Fair enough. They didn't have heated levers in your car. They didn't have, TVs that could go on the wall, but they had weapons, though. Because that's what they're blessed with, man. Keep it in.
A methane gas combustion chamber leading to two parabolic dishes, a pulse detonated at roughly 44 hertz.
I don't know what that means, but that shit just sounds people. I'm not gonna make it like I know what that means, but that shit just sounds rough, man. Keep reading.
Health effects. The infrasound magnified by the dish reflectors cause vertigo and nausea.
There you go, man. Vertigo is when you feel dizzy. Nausea is when you feel like you want to vomit, man. They had a sonic weapon. So to this day, black man, you get caught with little spinners. You get caught with a little rusty gun. They lock you up behind bars, man. And they put a paper in the paper and say this black man had a deadly weapon. Deadly weapon. What's this? They were pressed like this in 1940, man. Had a deadly weapon. This is a deadly weapon, man. That gives one nausea and vertigo, man. Keep reading.
At 200 to 400 meters, by vibrating the middle ear bones and shaking the cochlear fluid within the inner ear at distances of 50 to 200 meters, the sound waves could act on organ tissues and fluids repeatedly, compressing and releasing compressive resistant organs such as the kidneys, spleen, and the liver.
In the 1940s, man. Listen, we're gonna go to today. We'll show you how this man just sits at home, thinks, how can I kill somebody, man? How can I find a way to kill someone? The gun were enough, the bomb were enough. How can I think of a way to push a button and kill millions of people, man? This man does it. Is blessed with a sword, man. and the Germans was active. This is why the Germans couldn't be beaten. This is why everyone was scared of the Germans, man. The Germans was active back in the 1940s, man. Give me the next one about the Germans, like that. Put this inbox sorry on. Yeah, so the first one. No, the third one from the bottom. I think this one. I think that one. Yeah, try that one. Yeah, give me that one.
All right.
Look at this, man. This how they feel. Imagine this. No, who even thought about flying planes, man? Like back in the day, people fought on land and on water, if that. This man, so you know what? It's easy to fly over people and drop bombs on people, man. If that weren't good enough, listen, Hitler invented something called what the stealth bomber, man. The stealth plane. Meaning, back in the day, when you fly over a man's land, it makes a lot of noise. You hear the plane go vroom. To this day, planes make noise, man. If you live by the airport, you hear the planes coming down. Hitler had a plane that will fly over your land, and guess what? You couldn't even hear it coming. Imagine a plane over your head and you're like this. You don't even know it's over your head. And that's because the white man's blessed in war. All he does is thinks about how he can kill people, man. Better ways to kill people, better ways to kill people. And this is what the Nazi man was doing in World War I and II. Read that.
This is from the businessinsider.com. Section Nazi war machines of World War II. Hitler's secret Nazi war machines of World War II.
I'm using Hitler to show you that this is what they had back then, let alone today, where we got slim TVs and iPhones and better technology. This is back then. So I'm showing you how dangerous this man is when it comes to warfare. Read.
In the 2015 fall issue of Weapons of World War II magazine, author K.M. Lee detailed some of Hitler's advanced weaponry.
This is what Hitler had, man. This is what Hitler had. Remember, Hitler's a Edomite, man. And all he cares about is war, different ways of killing people. The knife. See, in ancient times, about the knife, the arrow, the shield. And this is what Hitler had, man. Keep it in.
One weapon, Hitler's stealth flying wing bomber.
Hitler had a plane called the stealth bomber, man. You'll bomb me, but stealth means what, to blend in.
Uh-huh.
And this plane was made by an engineer called I think the Germans had an engineer called Werner, a top scientist, man. And he designed most of their stuff. And this plane will fly over your head, man. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't hear it coming. When a plane flies over, what happens? You ring the alarm, and everyone gets into the bomb shelter, man. But not with Hitler on loose. You wouldn't even know he's there, man. Keep it in.
Yeah, what's more that was?
That's so he dropped that actually. Give me the other one. What's that one there?
Nah, I'll get the mines. There's a couple more.
All right, give me the Fritz the guided bomb.
All right.
Hitler has something called a guided bomb, where he'll shoot a missile, and then, like for instance, bombs here you will have in your plane, and you fly over a city like London or Birmingham or something, and you drop the bomb on the land. So what happened? British planes will blow you out the sky. Stop that from happening. Hitler will bomb you. He's not even there, man. That's how advanced it was. Back then, obviously now, they probably have a sort of drone or something where they can see. Back then, they had the joystick, man. Hitler invented that in the 40s. In the 40s, yes. So you had listen, before the brick phone, how was it? It wasn't advanced when it came to video games, man. Well, how was it? Mario wasn't. We didn't even have Mario then, but we had a remote control missile, man. Why? Because they are blessed with the sword. You show me where the Arabs are blessed with the sword like that, man. You show me the Arab man got missiles like this in the 40s, man. Had a bomb that he could guide. He's all the way in. He's far away. And he's watching. And he's directing the missile like some video game, man. Read that article.
So this is the Fritz X radio guided bomb, considered the grandfather of smart bombs. The Fritz X was a 3,450-pound explosive equipped with a radio receiver and sophisticated tail controls.
Look at that, man. Control that. Back in the day, had a mobile phone, had an antenna. Remember the remote control cars with the antenna? He was directing bombs like that, man. That's why the Nazis were so skilled at war, man. You know, the Nazis invented semi-automatic weapons. The Nazis invented semi-automatic weapons, man. Imagine back then you had a Ruger that fired one shot at a time. I just remember, in war, you don't know what the Nazis have got. You don't know. You don't want me to keep it secret. So you go to war confident with the British soldiers, firing one shot, bow, bow. Nazi comes spraying the whole place. Now, automatic weapons normal now, but back then Britain must be like, what the hell is this? Imagine you go out there with your whole squadron or some shit, and one Nazi man sprays all the quadrant, man. And with automatic weapons, you don't even have to aim properly. All you got to do is fire in that direction. You just blow everyone up, man. And who thinks like that? The white man, man. He thinks, well, how can I spray 10 people one time? How can I block people? How can I make it easier for me, man? That's how he thinks, man. Forget about the weapons today. Forget about it, man. That's what people the carpet bomb, the rug bomb, atomic bombs, and this goes on, man. Now they got weapons from space, from satellites, man. And this is what Hitler had back then with danger. In fact, do you know Hitler invented the Nazis were the first people to have night vision, man. Have night vision? That's how crazy they are. In the Bible, you hear about men going to war with torches or men not fighting at nighttime, waiting for the morning. The oppressor goes, damn, I'm fighting at nighttime too, man. I'm fighting at nighttime. That's how much you skill with the sword. Imagine back then you're British or you're from France, you're in the trenches thinking, guys, have a good night, yeah, but a long day tomorrow. And you hear a noise and the Germans are running for your camp, man. You can't see, you're in panic. They can see everything. Everything's green, shooting everything. And that's how they think. They are skilled when it comes to warfare, man. Night vision is normal now, but they made it back then. What else did they make? They said Nazis were drugged up too, man. Nazis invented crystal meth, man. Everyone knows one of the symptoms of crystal meth is what someone that can't sleep. And you research, man, Nazis had meth, what's called methamphetamine. Methamphetamine, man, was known for it. So while you're doing night shifts, you're sleeping while the other man's awake. Listen, they're coming for you, man. And both of them are. The man that's meant to be sleeping and the man that's meant to be awake are both awake, man. Awake for days, man. And that's because the oppressor's skilled with the sword, man. Read that again in the Bible.
Genesis 27 and 40. And by the sword shalt thou live.
And we know there's one man that lives by the sword, man. The Arabs don't live by the sword, man. The Arabs are trading oil and doing what they do, and like every nation, you have wars, man. And you conquer, it's normal. But do they live by the sword? Is everything they got by the sword? No, man. Majority of it's from oil and trading and whatever they do, man. But the oppressor lives by the sword, man. Who's more skilled with the sword than the oppressor, man? The Bible calls him a cunning hunter. Only a cunning hunter will say, I'm a killer, man, from that country while I'm in my country, man. That's a cunning hunter. That's a smart man. He's hunting, but not how the regular man hunts. He's hunting like, I'm going to kill you over there, but I'm going to do it in a nice way. I'm gonna kill you with a sonic bomb, man. I'm gonna use. They got weapons that can control the weather too, innit?
Yeah.
I'm thinking when they fought against Russia, they manipulate the weather to make it rain and flood them out.
In Vietnam.
The Vietnam's like, yeah. Come on, man. You can pull it up as well. Someone show you're not skilled like the oppressor, man. Let me see if we get that.
Yeah, got it.
Go on, if you could.
Okay. This is from the New York Times.
Second. Mute the mic a second. Yeah. So mute the mic. No, that on the. All right, if you could talk about, if you could read that part there about the. I'm gonna tell you how skilled this man is in war, man. He invented weapons that can control the weather, man. Shoot certain beams. I don't know how he does it. Shoot certain beams into the clouds and whatnot, make it rain, flood you out. Remember, you can't fight if it's raining. You can't fight if it's flooded. And then from there, take you out, man.
All right, so this is from the New York Times.com section. Rain making is used as a weapon by the US. So it's titled Rain making is used as a weapon by the US.
So the US, the oppressors, had rain, had a way to make rain, and they use it as a weapon in Vietnam.
I got it.
This is what they did.
So Washington, July 2nd, the United States has been secretly seeding clouds over North Vietnam, Laos, and South Vietnam to increase and control the rainfall for military purposes.
And that's how good they are, man. They're skilled with war. Listen, usually in times past this fight, and the biggest man wins, not the oppressor. This oppressor will, like what they do with Russia, starve you out, man. Sanction you so your soldiers can't eat. You know what I mean? They make weapons that would just flood you out, man. You know what I mean? You got soldiers in the trenches. You know, a trench is like when you dig a hole in the ground and you and your soldiers stay there and you pop your head open and shoot at people, man. And they'll make it rain and flood your whole trench out, man. Your trench will turn to a swimming pool. You know what I mean? You can't win a war like that, man. And that's how smart they are, man. That's why they're blessed with the sword, man. No one else even thinks like that, man. And that's how they think, man. That's how they fought. That's why the Greeks and Romans were so good. Listen, do history on the Greeks and Romans, man. The Romans was one of the most roughest, fierce people on the face of the earth, man. Skilled in warfare. Why? Because they are blessed with the sword, man. The Russians have the catapult, the turtle. You know what I mean? This is one of their attributes right here, man. This ain't no Arabs. When have Arabs been good at warfare, man? You know what I mean? America went to Afghanistan and the Arabs was firing little old AK-47s, man. Arabs ain't trained in warfare, man. Probably seen one movie on Rambo. I think they can fire an AK-47. I've seen Arab firing an AK-47, man. They're doing it wrong. You're shooting down here from the waist. You need to put it up by your head, man. They ain't trained in warfare. But the white man is, though. He's more skilled in warfare than the white man. The white man lives by the sword, man. Keep it in.
The weather manipulation in Indochina was first tried in South Vietnam in 1963. Is the first confirmed use of the meteorological warfare, although it is not prohibited by any international conventions on warfare. Artificial rainmaking has been strenuously opposed.
All right, no sweat. Give me second Ezra 6 and 9 real quick. Some more proving that Esau it ain't the Arab man.
All right, let's get second Ezra 6 and 9. Second Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
So again, this is the book of Ezra. This is Ezra, and it speaks about how Jacob held Esau's heel, and he said the reason why that happened was because Esau's what?
Because for Esau is the end of the world.
And Esau is the end of the world, the end of society, the end of this world as we know it. Esau is the end of it, man. And who's ruling right now at the end? The oppressor, man. The Arabs ain't ruling. The Arabs ain't the end of this world. This ain't that. If you all say that the Arabs are the Edomites, you just don't know the Bible, man. The Arabs are not the end of the world. Right now, who's ruling, man? Who's bombing Ukraine, man? Russia. Who got all the money, man? England, America, France. You know what I mean? Who runs the whole globe, man? The oppressor does see the end of the world. Keep it in.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And that was the symbolism of Jacob holding Esau's heel, meaning Esau the end, and then our rulership's next, man. Esau the end of the world, and we're gonna rule next, man. That's why it was symbolic why Jacob held Esau's heel. And the Esau going to rule at the end. And when Esau rulership is over, we're next. And who's ruling right now? Arabs. Really. You don't even joke. I was debating one guy about this one time. And I go, oh, Arabs don't rule. He goes, yes, to do. He said, look, even in England, you got Sadiq Khan, who's the mayor of England. Like, number one, Sadiq Khan don't rule England, man. Sadiq Khan's one Pakistani man that was given the mayor of London. Is that the prime minister? Is the mayor of London? And Sadiq Khan ain't even Arab, man. Come on, man. There's a bit of history, man. Sadiq Khan ain't no Arab, man. He's Pakistani. But listen, Pakistanis are Indian people, man. Before the whole breakup with India and Gandhi and so forth, there's all one people, all one race of people, man. And then due to what religion and castes and all that stuff, they broke off and became Pakistan and Bangladesh came afterwards. But they're all one race of people, man. Shows how much you know, man. If you're a man listening to these people, then listen, come on, man. Stop being ridiculous, man. Sadiq Khan's the mayor of London. Next year, probably somebody else. But 4-year term, after 4 years, it'll be somebody else, man. You don't. Sadiq Khan don't call no shots, man. He don't call no shots. When it was a COVID pandemic, Sadiq Khan said nothing. Boris gave all the shots. Who else? What's that one that called the guy? Matt Hancock. Dominic. What's that? Dominic what? Dominic something. You don't call anything. Sadiq Khan. You know what Sadiq Khan deals with? He deals with the congestion charge. What else he deal with? Toll. Stupid stuff like that, man. Sadiq Khan ain't in control of nothing, man. And he ain't Arab minded, by the way. You know what I mean? Read on. In fact, give me the last one. Give me Obadiah 1 and 3. Time to leave, man. Any question online before we break as well?
Yeah, go on, bro.
What's the thingy?
All right. I got a question from Free Thinkers. But why the blessing of war? Is that what the Father intended for him to be blessed in the sword, a murdering? For why? Not a chef, but
No. A chef don't have a sword. A sword's for killing. Feel me? A sword is different from a knife. You know, a sword's for killing. The Lord said, listen, you're going to dwell in a nice, fat place. He's going to rule the ship. And how he's going to get it is by the sword. And there's one man that lives nice, man. He lives nice. There's one race of people that live good, man. They live nice and they got all these colonies and rich that got it by the sword. Is it the Arabs? No. The Arabs ain't living good, man. Well, in Dubai they are. And guess what? It's not by the sword. Is it who else? What nation? The Africans now, man. Africans living terrible, man. And the Africans that are living good ain't by the sword. What's the African man that was giving these people good money and they killed him? Gaddafi, was it?
Gaddafi, North Africa.
Countries like that, man. They're living good. Not by the sword, though. Didn't get it by the sword, though. You know what I mean? There's not much countries out there that are rich, but a lot of them that ain't Edomite countries, they didn't get it by the sword. The oppressor got all his riches by the sword. Every last one of them, man. Every last one of them got it by the sword by killing. And not even the slavery, just killing, robbing people, man. Even heathen nations, man. Salakia, you know what? The white man went to Hawaii and took over Hawaii, man. And he killed them by giving them syphilis, man. By giving them syphilis. I just mad. One devil told me how, you know what the devil said to me? He told me how, listen, what did he say again? He goes, how come we didn't just slave people and break the country, we also taught them civilization and hygiene. I was like, hygiene? Wait, hygiene, really? Tell me hygiene. Oppressors come to your country and kill you. Just oppressors will come to your country and kill you just by being there. Mm-hmm. Didn't raise no soil. Just their presence alone, their hygiene will kill. Their hygiene is what killed people, man. Their diseases and smallpox, and they gave people smallpox and all types just by being there, man. What hygiene? My grandparents came to England. What hygiene are you talking about, man? You mean the bread you put on the doorstep that wasn't wrapped up? You mean the one time you change your shirt and just change the color? That they'll change the color because they couldn't wash the whole shirt. What hygiene, man? The oppressor will kill. He's blessed with warfare, man. He's so good with warfare. He killed the Native American Indians by giving them disease blankets, man. He's like, yeah, it's cold, man. Yeah, hold these blankets, man. And with smallpox in there. And he ain't changed. Today he's killing Russians with poison pie, man. The Russian man shot and out. I figure, okay, pass the food, man. You know what I mean? I'm cool. You got me. You got me. Fucking hell, poison the man. The man's doing his job, man. Oh, keep it in.
Obadiah 1:3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee.
And Obadiah, if you start from Obadiah 1:1, it's talking about Esau, in your own time. And the Lord saying, the pride of your heart have deceived you. This book talking about when the Lord's going to take them down. It's showing you that, listen, you deceive yourself. You think you're high and mighty and no one can't touch you. They think they're better than Christ, man. They got satellites and tanks and, you know what I mean, sonic weapons. They think, I'm great, man. I got CCTV. We can clone animals. We are God now, man. God said, listen, you deceive yourself. You think that you actually can defeat God now, man. You got missiles that can blow up people. They got an army ready to fight Christ, man. Why do you think they're outside of space with their missiles and going on the moon and so forth, man? The Lord said, you keep thinking that, man. You're deceiving yourself.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks.
Where?
In the clefts of the rocks.
And who dwelt in the mountains, man? You come on, you all got history books, man. Who's known for dwelling in the mountains? Cavemen did, man. Show me Arabs ever dwelt in the mountains, man. Arabs dwelt. You know Ishmael the Arab. If you read the Bible dictionary, it will tell you Ishmael's an Arab. It's not even that deep, man. And it will let you know that Ishmael dwelt in the desert, man. The Arabs always dwelt in the desert. I'm lying. A lot of nations have been taken captive and moved around, but the Arabs have been stayed put, man. And they've always dwelt in the desert, man. The white man's the one that dwelt in the rocks, man. Dwelt in the caves and the mountains, man. And it got rulership and turned the whole earth into a mountain with its skyscrapers and putting pavement everywhere. You know what I mean? How you gonna? And then what? It starts crying when there's floods. There's floods everywhere, yeah, because you put pavement everywhere, man. Pavement is waterproof, man. Where's the water gonna go when it rains? It's gonna stay on top of the pavement and flood everything. You know what I mean? That's his attributes right here, man. Keep it in.
Whose habitation is high.
The habitation is high. High up in the mountains. Today it's the skyscrapers. Build skyscrapers everywhere. Because it's in the spirit to dwell in high places, man. Because in time past, they dwelt where? In the mountains, man. Keep it in.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
No, sir, man. I didn't get the history, so luck, yeah. You know, I got carried away in my ranting and stuff. But yeah, man, we'll be here next week anyway. But again, we pastor, priest, and prophet, captain of 10,000 with the announcements and the prayers. Luck, yeah.
All right, look, that was a powerful class. Give Officer Kraft your hand first and foremost. We're up on the time. We're over. With that, we're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I'm Madiam. Men of Israel, I'm Madiam Shabbat. I'm Madiam Barak. Yahweh Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barak Athar.
Yahweh Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barak Athar.
Yad Yamatah. Class dismissed.